Wellness Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, where your balance begins. Wellness Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, it's your space to revive again.
Welcome to Well Life Wednesday podcast, everybody, where we talk about all things mental wellness, personal growth, and the journey towards wholeness. I am Cristy, licensed clinical mental health counselor supervisor.
And I'm Iris, your licensed clinical addiction specialist associate. We're your hosts, and today we're diving into a real important topic: how to show up for someone struggling with mental illness.
I think this is a good topic to really dive into. We all know someone, maybe a friend, a family member, or coworker who has been through a hard season with their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't know what to say or how to help without overstepping.
That's right. And today we're going to talk about practical ways to show up with compassion,
Mhm.
empathy, and boundaries. Because showing up doesn't mean fixing it, it means being present.
I like that. So often we try to be fixers.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just need to just be able to just show up,
Just be there.
just be there. Before we talk about how to help, though, Iris, let's talk about what it feels like to struggle with mental
Okay.
illness. It's not just sadness or stress, it's often confusion,
Mm-hmm.
fear, shame, and a sense of isolation.
Exactly. When someone is battling depression or anxiety, their brain chemistry, thoughts, and behaviors are all affected.
Mhm.
They might pull away or even feel unmotivated, but that's not their choice. It's their symptom.
That's good. I think a lot of if people really
People,
take the time to really sit back and observe the people around them who might be experiencing that and may not know that it's mental health or mental illness, a lot of times you look at it as being lazy or um, somebody not being motivated. And that could very well be the case, but it is a symptom of something a little bit bigger and deeper.
you say so often you hear people say, "Oh, they just put no."
Mhm. And that's not the case, most times.
Mm-hmm.
And when we approach people from a place of judgment, why don't you just get out the bed?
Mm-hmm.
Or you have so much to be grateful for. It actually deepens their sense of shame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure people are aware.
Yeah.
If I really took the time to really think about the positives in my life, if it was that easy, and have gratitude, I wouldn't be where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be struggling. But some people don't see that. Sometimes what is pulsating right in front of them is the negative aspects or the things that's not going wrong or the things that's not going right.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just have to be conscious of that and help somebody get out of that mode. And is it going to be something that happens overnight? Probably not.
Right.
It might be some steps to this thing. And
But
so you
Chris,
just
that's where empathy comes in.
mhm.
Um, we should try saying, "I can tell you're really struggling," or just wanting you to know that you're not alone. That's a pretty much a bridge statement.
Mhm.
It connects with instead of correct, it connects. You should be connecting instead of trying to correct someone. If I'm
I
getting that,
like that.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to
It
say.
connects instead of corrects. You
Mm-hmm.
can't correct someone because in the end, we all make choices. Do we
Right.
want to heal? Do we want to stay in the thing or not? Um, Trying to fix something and you
Mm-hmm.
might can't fix it. You don't have the tools or the know-how. Or you might actually be equipped and the person just didn't know how to assess the tools that you're giving them. They don't know what to do with them, how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might just can't take it from you. You might not be the person to help them across that bridge. Love that. Connect instead of correct. That's
Mm-hmm.
something I wish more people practice. It's about seeing the person before the
That's
problem.
good.
That's
Before
really
the
good.
problem,
Yeah.
seeing them before the problem. And for those listening, if you're the one struggling, please know you don't have to hide your pain. Asking for help is not a weakness. It's courage
Mhm.
and it's action.
That's good. Courage and action. Let's get into some real practical ways to show up for someone in your life who's struggling with mental health challenges. Number one, listen without trying to fix it. I know that's stuff that I have when I hear people sometimes just in general talking outside of my sessions. Like, okay, I can help you. We can just get to this and get you to over this hurdle. But that's not my job. I have to go at the pace of the person sitting across from me and meet them where they are. If they're not necessarily ready to run and jump over
That's
that
what I was getting
hurdle.
ready to say. They don't even see the hurdle.
That is true.
Yeah, like you said, we got to get them to the point where they ready to actually move to
Mhm.
do something, and then we can tackle
Yeah,
jumping over the hurdles.
that's good.
But when people share their pain or instance to try to fix it,
Mhm.
but that's not always the need. Sometimes they just need a safe space to be heard. And a lot of times, like you just saying, Christy, we jump in so quick.
Yeah.
Just listen to what they're saying. And like we said before the episode started, we just need to be there, be present.
Mhm.
Sometimes just already talking and trying to give your input and your suggestions is not needed. They just want somebody to be there and hear them out sometimes.
Yeah, you just want to be listened to. And I find myself now in a lot of situations when my friends call, is this a in this conversation, do I need to be an active listener? Do you want me to
Hmm.
respond? Do you want me to offer suggestions? Because sometimes it's just, no, I just want to vent and get it
Hmm.
out. I don't
Yes.
need anything after that. Because a lot of times people already know
What they
what
need
they
to do.
need to do. They're just not ready to
Hmm.
take that step. So yes, you can say, I may not understand everything you're going through, but I am here for you.
There we go.
I'm here. And we can walk this thing out
Hmm.
together. That validates their experience instead of minimizing it. Offer practical support.
That's good. Mental illness can make everyday tasks feel impossible. Offering small, specific help goes a long way. Life can bring you, like, you can bring you dinner tonight, or what we may have to dive into for your appointment.
Can I bring you dinner tonight?
Hmm.
Or want me
To
to drive
drive you
you
to your
to your
appointment.
appointment? Like that's simple stuff.
Hmm.
Like if you can't drive yourself, that's something I can easily do.
Yeah, those are small
Hmm.
things.
And if you can't get out to bed to make dinner, I can bring those are small little things that could be so helpful to someone else who is struggling with
Hmm.
mental illness because they just couldn't get out to bed to cook dinner. No one knows what that feel like until you're in that.
That's right.
Don't just say, "Let me know if you need anything." I, I have a habit of doing
I
that
do that.
in general. People rarely do. Instead, offer something tangible and specific. I like that.
Okay.
That's a good thing to take note of. Offer something tangible and specific. Next, we're going to talk about checking your own boundaries.
So helping someone doesn't mean neglecting yourself. Let me say that again. Helping someone doesn't mean neglecting yourself.
Mhm.
Supporting someone with mental illness can be emotionally heavy.
Yes.
And the field that we work in, we find a lot of like natural supports, like the family or
Mhm.
whoever may be in their life. Um, Often you hear the client state, "I burnt my bridges. I
Mhm.
have no support now. I really don't know who to turn to because pretty much the family or the friends have it weighed on them.
Mhm.
They're not there or present to really be that support anymore. So that's pretty much where we step in and try to be that new natural support or resources that we can pretty much direct them to. So yeah, it can be emotionally heavy.
It can. And a lot of times they don't even realize the first automatic go to is family.
Hmm.
But you have other supports that you don't even recognize, I don't think.
Hmm.
Where's your home church?
Right.
What about your um the local school that you went to? Checking in with them, your DSS, your local clinics,
Hmm.
your primary care doctor.
Yes.
your insurance company. All of these people will have resources that can link you to supports. Natural supports doesn't necessarily mean blood relation. It
Mhm.
means people who can be there for you and support you in your time of need.
That's so
You
true.
can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself so you can be consistent, not resentful,
Mm.
because that can happen.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Because you are the go-to person, because you are the foundation, because you are that rock. I
Mhm.
think someone said in one of the sessions a couple of weeks ago, check on your strong friends.
Mhm.
Yes, you can be strong, but you can also become an empty vessel because you keep giving
Giving,
out.
giving. Mhm.
And you have to take the time to replenish yourself. Saying no, even though someone else is struggling, might be hard,
Right.
but it's necessary
That's good.
because you can do more harm than good if you keep trying to help and fix from an empty space
Mhm.
or overburdened space
Yes.
or resentful space. Okay. Iris, let's talk about learning about their condition, your condition.
Oh yeah. So it's good to educate yourself. If you have a loved one that has bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, uh, PTSD.
Hmm. Yep. Those are, it, you really have to do research to find out what those um, diagnoses mean
Hmm.
because you hear about it all the time. Understanding symptoms help reduce fear and stigma.
Yeah, it'll reduce all those
Yeah.
once you become more aware.
Mhm. And so we have to educate ourselves, or if you can't find the necessary resources, go to some people who can provide the education you need. Helping somebody not knowing what the dynamics of that is gonna be difficult.
Hmm.
You can see it on TV and all of that, but until you really dive in and understand it, you don't really know what to do because on the outside looking in, like we said before, it can look like lazy, it can look like being extra and
Hmm.
animated and putting on,
Right.
but you don't know the depths of that it could come from be rooted and grounded in something a lot deeper. That's one of the best acts of love when people take the time to learn. It communicates. You matter enough for me to understand what you're going through.
I often told some of my clients if they would come, invite your loved ones or your friends with you to your appointment. That
Mhm.
way they can get educated. If you just want the doctor to just, to enlighten them on things, I mean, it doesn't hurt.
It does it, and also it gives a second, another person the opportunity to hear what's going on.
Hmm.
Because if the first person is not, um, digesting it
Hmm.
or accepting it, and then they come home and you be like, "Oh, how'd your appointment go?" And they're like, "Oh, fine." And no, it was more than that.
Hmm.
So having that support system to be like, "I know that was hard to hear.
Hmm.
So Imma be with you every step of the way, and we gonna figure out how to navigate
Yeah.
this." You need that because the unknown can be scary when you hear something like we said, there's this stigma attached to mental illness and, "Oh my gosh, I'm crazy." That's not what that means.
Hmm.
It just means that you navigate the world differently than someone else, and you need a little bit more, um, resources and tools to get through the day. Now, let's talk about what not to say. These might sound well-meaning, but they can actually hurt and do damage.
It's one we hear so often. Just pray about it. You
That's
have to stay positive.
mhm.
Other people have it worse. I have said all those things.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can say all of the every single one of those
I
have
have said
come
all
out
of
my
those.
mouth, and it's just because it's an
Yes.
automatic, I should say. It's an automatic response.
Mhm.
Not really I'm not really stopping to think about how I need to respond to this person in this
Mhm.
time. It's just, "Hey, hi," like, just like, "Hey, how you doing?" "Fine." When I could very well not be fine. It
Mhm.
happened to me yesterday. I was not feeling good at all physically, and the client came in and said, "How you doing, Christy?" And I said, "Fine." And I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I'm not feeling my best today, but I'm still here."
Mhm.
We have to get out of that automatic response, because we have to be true to ourselves in order to be true to someone else.
Right.
Somebody won't know what we're going through unless we tell them.
Mhm.
Those phrases demi- dismiss the person's experience.
Yes.
They can make someone feel like their pain is a moral or spiritual failure instead of a health condition.
Yes,
That
yes,
is,
yes,
oh,
yes,
I
yes,
like
yes.
that.
That's good.
Prayer changes things, pray about it. But if the person been praying and nothing, they don't see the tangible acts of things happening, they might need a little bit more support.
Mhm.
When nobody's saying to stop praying, do that in conjunction
Yes.
with an action or other help. Because obviously it's something you missing out of that. You're supposed to be getting something out of
Mhm.
this lesson or this experience to make you better on the other side.
Right. So better alternative sounds like that sounds really hard.
Mhm.
How can I best support you right now? I'm proud of you for being open about this.
Th-
So
Those
we should
sound a
try this.
lot. Yeah, those sound a lot lighter,
Mhm.
and there's no what's the word I'm looking
These
for?
sound more like you connected, like you actually concerned. You
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
me.
yeah. You care.
The other one just all right, like we might say, all
Dismissive.
right, now. Yeah, like they
Uh-huh.
said, dismissive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Mhm.
That sounds really hard. How can I best support you right now? I'm proud of you for being open about this. Remember that,
Mhm.
everybody, and write those down and try to incorporate those. Not saying that it's going to be easy for you to change your automatic responses
Baby.
because we are human,
Yes.
but to acknowledge it, be aware, and try to start practicing that, I think is a good start. And one more, if you suspect someone is suicidal, ask directly. You won't push the idea in their head.
Mhm.
Asking, "Are you thinking about hurting yourself?" opens the door to life saving honesty. That is very true. I think before I got into this field, I would I wouldn't dare ask somebody if I thought something was wrong or they were gonna hurt themselves, were they? Because I would think if I bring it up, they're gonna do it.
Mhm.
If I don't bring it up and they do it, and then I had that feeling, I'm gonna feel terrible. Because if the idea was already there, you didn't place it there. If it's something that they have experienced in the past, you're not gonna trigger it to bring it forward. People are going to do what they want to do.
That's true. That's so true.
We are just speed bumps, stop signs for people to stop and think and reevaluate.
Caution light.
Caution lights, yes, I like all of that. So don't be afraid to ask the hard questions.
And Chrissy, that was so powerful. The reminder you said, because silence is never, it never saves lives, but compassion and presence do.
That is very
So
true.
being and
Compassionate.
compassionate and
Mhm.
being present,
Yeah.
that goes a long way.
Part of showing up is helping someone get connected to professional support, therapy, medication, community resources. All of that is compassion and presence,
Mhm.
Iris.
Yes.
If I can't hear, if I see that there's a problem and I come up to ask you, "Are you okay?" and
Mhm.
you give me some surface level stuff, but I know that I can see, physically see you
There's something
struggling,
going on.
and
Right.
sometimes I can feel it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try my best to get you all the resources you need. Now, whether you take it,
Right.
it's up to you. It's up to that person,
Mhm.
but try to offer the support if you genuinely care. That's if you genuinely care now,
Mhm.
because be mindful. This the other side of stuff. If you don't care and you're not ready to take that stuff on, or you know you don't have it to give, please keep going. Tap somebody on your way, wherever you going, and say, "Go check on this person." If
Mhm.
that's the least you can do, but don't go doing something and it's not coming from a genuine place,
Right.
because people gonna feel that.
Basically, you can offer to look up local clinics together, or sit with them while they make their first call,
Mhm.
sometimes that small act breaks a bigger barrier. And I was going to say too, I stay in my own lane. So once I check in with that person, that I know that is out of my scope,
Mhm.
I'm going to contact someone that I know
Yeah.
that's going to be able to help them. This is what I do daily. Some things I can't do, but I know who to contact
Yeah.
if they need some additional support.
I know I'm not a prayer warrior. I can't go to the heavens of heavens. That is not my ministry. I can do a basic prayer. So if I know somebody needs something a little deeper than that, I'm gonna go tap into my real uh who specialize in that prayer life. I'm gonna go tap in with them and be like, can you call this name out?
Hmm.
Put them on your prayer list while I'm still working on getting my scripted prayers a little
Yeah, you're
higher
doing
in
what's
the
the
Lord.
basic. I don't even know what's the basic part.
Lord, do it.
Oh God.
And remind them seeking
Oh,
therapy is not a sign of failure. It is not. Therapy is not where you go, uh, you put such a negative thing on it. It is not. You go see your pastor, you go see your doctor, your primary care doctor, the specialist. So if you need something, you struggling with something or something is out of whack, you just go get the help you need. It's as simple as that. It doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that it's time for a checkup. That caution light is on, and you've been driving long enough, and we don't want you to cut off on the side of the street and have
right.
to buy a whole new car because nobody wants payments. So let's just be mindful of that.
Hmm.
It's an act of self respect and healing. You're respecting yourself and you are trying to heal those wounds.
And I know at times people are hesitant to share their own story or normalize therapy. I've talked to someone too. It really helps. That can reduce the stigma.
Mhm. I tell people all the
Yeah.
time. I sure have.
I mean, if you can talk to your friend and some of them you know ain't trustworthy and you tell stuff and it be out in the street,
That part.
why come you can't go see somebody that don't know nothing about you
Hmm.
and just talk? As
Yeah.
we often say, it's a simple conversation.
Simple
You see
conversation.
so many times on the they see it on TV or movies that you just got to lay on the couch and tell
That,
you know you
that it, yes, you can, but that is not really
right.
what therapy consists of. Yes, there are couches in there. Yes, you can lay down if it makes you feel better. And it's different types of therapy that
Right.
people are doing
Hmm.
where they may need to lie down to really get relaxed. But that is not what it's about, what you see on TV. Like Iris said, it's just conversation. It's just you talking. Half the time, you're in there talking to yourself anyway
Hmm.
because the therapist can't get a word in because you've been holding all that stuff in and it's just regurgitation.
Hmm.
It is just being able to express yourself in a safe space.
That's all.
It's really about being honest with yourself, not the person across from
Cause
you because they
there
don't know
you
you
go.
from Adam. These are all the things that you've been hiding and holding on to, and you're letting it out and being vulnerable to yourself because you've had that fear and bottling it up and hiding it inside because you thought if you would let it out you would break or
Hmm.
something tragic or bad would happen, and,
Right.
and that wasn't the case. So as we wrap up, remember this: you don't have to have the perfect words.
Nope.
You don't need to show, you just need to show up with empathy, patience, and presence.
And,
Empathy, patience, and
and
presence.
your consistency can be the thing that reminds someone that life is still worth living.
That is true. Consistency. If you don't give up, if you keep coming and pushing, because it's got to get better. At some point, you're gonna get over
Hmm.
that hurdle,
That's it.
and it's gonna be all right. And you have to remind yourself, you've made it over the last hurdle. Yeah, it was rough, but I made it.
Hmm.
And sometimes you just gotta be reminded of that.
That's all.
So this week, check on your people. Send that text, make that call, sit quietly beside someone who's hurting. You might be their reminder that hope exists.
Mm. We hope this conversation has helped you understand how powerful it is to simply just show up.
It is very powerful. If today's episode spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with someone who needs encouragement. You can also listen to us on Spotify at Well Life Wednesday and join our mission to spread help, hope, and love.
And until next time, take care of your mind, your body, and your heart.
Bye, everybody. See you next Wednesday.